Hello and welcome to an unplanned and unexpected live stream, which I wasn't really expecting to do, but as I suddenly realised that the SLK raffle was finishing imminently, I probably ought to do something about that and be online when it happened, because, well, it goes off in about 25 minutes. And, well, you know, it'd be nice if share the winning moment with you people. So hang on, I'm just going to very quickly, before anyone's actually here, edit this and put the link to the description. Normally you can do all this kind of stuff before you get online, but for some reason I'm not great at doing live streams, I'll be perfectly honest. There we go, and make sure everything else is working. Right, I know this is a really weird time to be doing a live stream. I wouldn't normally be doing one at 5 o'clock on a Friday afternoon because it's... Oh, hello Steve, Pentagram, hello, Not a Proper Classic, hello George, hello, gosh, loads of people actually, more people than I expected. Yeah, I would never normally do a live stream at this time of day because it's kind of still people at work, it's still people on the commute. It's not the kind of thing... Oh, 2 a.m. Melbourne, what the hell are you doing up at this time on a Friday, or possibly a Saturday? Yeah, but I suddenly realised that the SLK raffle was coming to an end at 5:25, and I really need to be here for that, so let's do this. Because this is the first time I've done a raffle on a car. I realise lots of other YouTube channels have done raffles on cars. It's becoming like the new big thing to be doing. I'd never done one before, and I was very much feeling my way through this as I went along, and I wasn't really sure how it was going off, and this is why it's ended at 5:25 on a Friday on the 3rd, which means I've had to tax the car for just like another 3 days, just so that it can be sort of driven to meet the owner. In Seabrook has, yes, he has done his raffle as well. I'm trying to check the timings on this one. What it is, 5:25, isn't it? 22 minutes to go. So yeah, and I'll be honest, the sales on this have not been reasonably good considering what the car is. You know, it's a scruffy SLK. Hello, more people. Robert, good luck. Yeah, considering it's a scruffy SLK, which you could drive it as it is for a couple of years, I would imagine, without really too many problems, or you can turn it into a project and make it perfect. Whichever you want to do, but if you win it for £1 and you've got yourself a lovely SLK, then fantastic, you know, good luck. So let's have a quick look at the comments. Actually, can I get the comments on here? That would be more sensible, wouldn't it? Rather than leaning forward all the time. Yeah, so if I try and watch on there, I don't need to keep leaning forward to the iPad. That would be way more sensible, wouldn't it? Honestly, sometimes I've amazed myself with my own genius. So, hello Edward, hello Paul, hello Pete. Yeah, afternoon Steve, Pentagram Motorsport. I've been trying to follow Steve Pentagram on TikTok and trying to work out how to do TikTok stuff, and I'm not very good at it yet. Steve is making it really good, actually. We had him on stage at Rustable. It was really interesting to listen to. I actually watched it back then. I think there's a video of it somewhere. I watched him on there talking about it. Andrew, Robert, hello, George, Dinosaur Dad, yeah, you said 2M Melbourne, crikey. Not a proper classic. Was I so retro? No, I was planning to be down there on one of the club stands, but I just didn't come together in the end. Paulie, good evening to you. Steve's Machines, hello. I'll be able to start drinking now. I was going to, then I remembered I've got to go and pick up a Domino's in about an hour's time, so on the tea until then. Mugs available in the gift shop. Gaz and a trike, it's that bloke off that car thing. That you, off the internet, as we always say with Joe Miller. Andy, hello from the Isle of Man. Good afternoon or evening. Hello Ibby. Ibs Canterbury. I was hoping to meet the Aylesford Priory show. John, I missed that one. I've missed so many really good car shows the last few weeks. There's been like a real rush of really good car shows happening over the last couple of weeks, and I've managed to miss nearly all of them. Even here in Kent, we've had a few good ones as well. Any Rover 75 news? Edward, no, I have been driving it. It's currently parked in the driveway outside. It's looking quite clean and shiny. I think it probably wants new tyres, if I'm perfectly honest, because I was driving it the other day and I just felt that there's a bit of something in the suspension I didn't like, and I think that's down to old tyres. However, it's still on Car and Classic. I've put it up for £2,500. I would happily take 2,250 because I think that's kind of where they're sitting at the moment. You know, you've got to price cars high so that people can knock you a little bit. I'd like it to go to a good home rather than someone who's just going to use it as an everyday car. It's too nice for that. But currently, no news on the 75. I would love to keep it, but you know, there's not room for everything. Lauren, there's one car you'd like me to drive, the Vanden Plas 4 litre. Do you know what? Vanden Plas even, sorry. Yeah, I'd like to drive one as well, but you almost never see them. I always see them in sort of restoration places being done. I've hardly ever seen them being done. Hello, Mr. Fu. Griffey, hello. Any news on the Rover 400 Tourer? I was over at the paint shop the other day because they've got the front wings for my Crown Vic as well, and they said yes, probably in a couple of weeks' time they'll have the 400 back again, which means I've got to sell some more stuff to make more room for that to come home, or get a bigger unit somewhere. So probably selling things. Steve's Machines, yes, get a bigger barn. I would love to get a bigger barn. Unfortunately, bigger barns don't grow on trees. Steve says, yes, I've driven an SLK sports car, getting back on point with this thing, and they really are fantastic little sports cars. They really, yeah, I never really took them seriously. They're one of those cars that just were there and they existed. And I drove one for a review a long time ago and I quite liked it. And I drove this one again and thought, this is so good. It does everything so well. It's so smooth. The suspension is so comfortable over bumps and things, but it's also quite fun in corners. And the interior is just lovely. The feel of that kind of leather and wood steering wheel and the noise of the compressor. I definitely want another one. I really want a 230, which I can then modify with different pulley and all that kind of thing to tweak it up a bit. But yeah. Anywho. Dinosaur Dad loved the Miata. The AMX5 Bedford van. That was so much fun. The car thing weighs nothing at all. And so all that power going to the back wheels, it's just desperately struggling to put power down at any given. It just can't. It's brilliant. I love it. Is the sound okay? Because I normally use my headphones, but the batteries are a bit low on them, and it's a new iPad with only USB-C, so I can't plug my wired headphones into it. So let me just double check decent audio. Hopefully, no one's complained yet. Normally people complain quite quickly. Peter, right? Always be nice to win the SLK. Always wanted one. No, good luck. If you bought a ticket, good luck. There's a link in the description to this thing if anyone wants to. Griffey, my dad loved his 420 GSI Sport. Do you know what? They really are good cars, those Rovers. Sell the Focus and the Mini. Well, the Focus will be for sale. It's one of those things I've said for a long time. I'd love to get a Focus as like a future classic, and now I've got one, I'm going to sell it immediately. But the thing is, I would really like an ST170, or RS is not really in the picture, but a 3-door at the very least. And because this is a 1.6, it's a 5-door, it's kind of not the car I really want, but it is a lovely example. I'm going to have to go and bite the bullet and get that paint done on that one, but I'm going to use a different paint place, so I've not got 3 things lost in the same paint place. Steve, good luck to you. You're in the draw. How's 123 doing? Do you know, I haven't heard any more because I was going to go down and film Al and Fudge down at 6D Diesels when they're working on my Mercedes W123. But the first I knew that they'd started it was when the video popped up and people kept tagging me in it. So I don't know if anything more has happened. I need to give them a call this weekend and just see if there's anything that's occurred, or if they're going to be doing any more on it. I have bought a new front grille for it though. That's the important stuff. I think we need to get that kind of significant thing taken care of. Because just before I decided I was going to scrap it and break it because it was too bad, I just been and bought a really nice second-hand bonnet for it, but the grille that came off it was pretty rusty and horrible. It's never going to come up nice. So yeah, found a nice grille. Need to find a badge now as well, but more importantly, I need to find one of the high pressure fuel lines, because one of those twisted when I was taking the fuel injection off it, thinking I was going to scrap it. Sell the MX-5 only if I've got a Porsche Boxster coming. Oh, sound is good, that's good. Makes a change, normally it goes terribly wrong. But then it is a new iPad, so but maybe that's the key all along, just get a decent iPad. Where are we? Where's the next Classic Mini video? Well, the problem with the Classic Mini is it has escalated into a much bigger problem than I ever anticipated it to be. So keeping on the time here, because I didn't imagine it was going to be much more than a little tiny bit of welding when I first took it on. Now I've seen it, it needs a load of welding. It needs both sills, it needs floor pans, it needs inner arches at the back, it needs the side wings, this area here behind the door, between the door and the rear arch, needs replacing on both sides. The A-post scuttle area has, well, it needs taking apart. It's 3 layers thick, needs replacing on both sides. The inner wings need replacing at the front, the outer wings need replacing at the front, the scuttle and possibly the front panel needs replacing. There's not a lot left of it once you've done all of that. That's not insurmountable, it can be done, but I'm not allowed to weld in the barn, which is an issue because that's where it is. So I'm going to have to take it home, I guess, and then do all the welding in the garage at home where there's power and I'm allowed to weld. Unfortunately, there's a Rover 2000 in there, and it's going to be quite tricky to get room for the 2000 over in the barn. I need some major rejigging of vehicles, and also I need about £1,000 worth of panels, even just the basic stuff like the sills and the floor pans, just to get me going. It's all going to stack up quite deeply. So yeah, it's a problem. Basically, I need a lot of money and a lot of space and a lot of time. Yeah, getting a quote. I've got a rough kind of estimate quote about getting it done professionally. It's going to be about 10 grand in welding, never mind paint. So yeah, it's a DIY job, whether I like it or not. So, where are we on these with questions and comments and so forth? Peter Rice, be nice to win your SLK, always wanted one. What are we? I had the weird green JDM Toyota Will VI or Will 6. I'm not aware of that particular car. Ibby, I'll say hello to them later. I should say hello to wife and son. Oh, that's good. Mrs. Furious knew who Ibby was at Rustable, so that was quite nice. She doesn't really follow that many of the Furious driving things. Excellent. Sound 5x5, that's good. Greetings from very, very stormy Northern Ireland. Well, actually, Mrs. Furious is in Scotland tonight, and she's battening down the hatches because they've got a really bad storm where they are. Ah, Steve Parkour, how are you doing? Nice to see you at Rustable. Yeah, and I'd really love to drive your CL500 if we can sort of meet up somewhere in between. Paulie, if you want non-low profile tyres, the SLK is the car for you. So I'll keep on bringing us back to this tonight. Yeah, it's got quite deep profile tyres, lovely soft ride. What's happening with the Sinclair C5? You know, I was trying to figure out a way of rebooting. I think it's going to come off the chassis and make a new custom chassis for it. It's another thing that escalated and then got silly and then, yeah. Dinosaur Dad, no, you're right, I haven't had a Scotch late. It's only it's 5:15 here in England, so a bit early, and I've got to go and collect the Domino's pizza in a little while. So, one cup of tea for the time being. Ooh, the comments are jumping. Sell the Classic Mini to save money. Yeah, well, that's a possibility. I'd hate giving up on a car, and once I've started a car on the channel, I don't like to let it go. So Edward says maybe sell the Classic Mini to save money, but yeah, it's a thing. I'd like to see it done. I really would like to get further into it. I don't want to abandon it, but you know. Some Humber Super Snipe project. I did see that. There was a reason I didn't follow up on that. I was going to double check the email again and see what it says. Would I consider painting anything myself? Yes, I would. Yeah, I've got the compressor over in the barn. That would not be an issue. I would get my smaller compressor to kind of feed like an airline to breathe through. Yeah, that'd be really good. That's part of the idea of getting the compressor, was to try and paint things over there. I've done painting before with cellulose, and I've got some really good finishes, but never got the glosser one. But with 2-pack, it kind of glossy out the gun. So as long as I can do a good finish, which I've managed to do previously. Yeah, list of the Mini, as Steve says, all the panels are available. It's just yeah, just buying them. But as I say, spot welder I think is the way to go with a Mini, because so much of that car is spot welded from the factory, so that would make it a lot quicker and more authentic as far as a repair goes. But yes. Stipulite, do you know, the first thing I thought of when I saw the state of it was a heritage shell, because obviously it's just going to save so much time and effort. Unfortunately, it's £16,000, which is, yeah, unless someone's got a second-hand one they're willing to sell for a bit less, and that does make it a bit tricky. But no, I was fully on board with the idea of a heritage shell until I saw the price tag. Oh, Pete, thank you. I appreciate the offer of the welding. But yeah, Mid-Devon is quite a long way away. Did you think that silly white Citroen van, which is the little kind of 2CV kind of Diane thing, would have made it to Shanghai? It's not in Japan yet, but I'm trying. Oh, well, I'm glad you're still going. I had faith it would get somewhere. I wasn't sure how far it'd get, but I had faith it would get somewhere. Oh, God. Comfortable jumped again. Do, 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 do. Paulie, yeah, but the conversation about winter tyres and smaller wheels here. Oh, going off in the sidelines on the classics. Oh, the Will VI or Will 6. It's a JDM thing based on a Mark 1 Yaris. Okay, I'll have to Google that in a minute. Question from Ibby is, I know it's early days, but as a general thing, is Rusterville always on a Saturday? Generally, we're kind of thinking yes, because it makes it easier for people. Well, there's no right answer for this. Because of people with children and schools and stuff, it's potentially easier to drive up after school if you've got kids than it is to drive up or drive back. If it's on a Sunday, you'd have to leave as soon as it finished and drive back. If you're going to Scotland or Devon or somewhere, it would be a long drive back after the show. Whereas if you were coming from those places to Rusterville, you could leave after school finishes on the Friday and stay over the night before, and then perhaps even stay over on Saturday night as well. So yeah, we're kind of thinking for ease of people's getting there, we're sticking with the Saturdays for the time being. Terry, she's watching the planes landing in Dublin. Bit windy there. Yeah, I wouldn't fancy being on a flight right now. Yeah, Domino's pizza. We might also go for a fire away, because I can't eat gluten. We can go with a Domino's or a fire away, because they do gluten-free bases, which is nice. Robert says, in the 1 in 1,000 chance my name comes up, please withdraw. I only chipped in to support the channel. Well, thank you. I appreciate the support. Unfortunately, Raffle are doing the draw, so I don't get to do it. I'll guess have to reissue it or something. I'll think of something. Where are we? 6 minutes 13 seconds until the draw. 6 minutes 10 seconds till the draw. I'm quite nervous. I'm kind of regretting doing this now, because Mrs. Furious really likes this car, and yeah, she liked the Freelander as well. Basically, any car she likes, I seem to sell. It's not intentional, it's just the way it unfortunately goes. 1, 2, 3. I just said a minute ago we talked about that. Don't know. Alan Fudge are better at welding than phoning, so I don't know what's going on with it. James, getting a delivery at McDonald's. Enter to support if I win. Damn it. Well, I'm sure he won't. Maybe he will. I don't know. Hello, Hooked on Classics. What's happening with the Volvo? I no longer own it. I sold it to my friend Chris, who lives up in the northeast, many miles away. It actually had a little bit of a problem a week or two ago. It was going to come to Rusterville, but it seems to be an issue with the PCV, and none of his local garages are willing or able to work on it. So he's got a little bit of a problem with that. But I think it's just going to be a blocked PCV vent that's causing it to. It was making some sort of smoke and losing power. But I think that's all it's going to be. But yeah, I sold it to my friend Chris. He is the guy I got Hippo the Freelander from, and he also bought the Rover 200 convertible Quentin off me. So a bit of a history of buying and selling cars. But yeah, I know he's looking after it as best he can. Is Hub not on air? I've not seen him in the chat yet. Steve, Pentagram, there's a channel called Upbuild, who I don't actually know, I've got to admit. Repaired an early Mark 1 with a later mini shell. Many differences, but fascinating, yeah. Yeah, Northern also, a bit of an off-putting one. Yeah, that's the thing, because mine's a Mark 2, so I'm kind of, I don't really want to be messing around with the Mark 2 because they're so rare, but yeah. Steve's Machines, he tests my VWT4 recovery truck, proper rare. That would be quite useful actually, a recovery truck. I'll test drive it for a week or so and move a few cars around. Yeah, Steve's Machines was definitely glad not to win that Sangyong thing. Yeah, yeah, that was a risk I wasn't willing to take on that particular one. Yeah, if anyone can chime in with an idea of where Chris can take the Volvo, that'd be really handy. History needs you. You'd love it here in northern Scotland. Great driving roads with no traffic. Yeah, I've been to Scotland a few times for driving, and I do really like it. Last time I went up was actually to do the North Coast 500 a couple of years ago. Borrowed a BMW 235M, I think it was. I had a great time in it. But yeah, I do like Scotland a lot actually. We'd like to be up there. Well, Mrs. Furious is up there right now, in fact. So yeah, keep an eye out for her. She gets blown past and she's sailing by. I think it's a bit of a so let's spelling corrections happened on someone's phone here. Skater, what camera do you use for filming? I use a combination of Nikons. I use a Nikon Z6 III, which is my kind of everyday work camera, which was does nice video. I use a Nikon Z30, which is not around here, which is like a small version, which is purely for video from the same Nikon range that uses the same lenses, and a whole load of GoPros because they go everywhere, and yes, they do sometimes fall off. Hello, Aiden. I'm not going to complete it myself. Furious Junior is here as well, so he'll be wanting a pizza as well. Some love towards the Mark IV Astra G. Mark IV guy, God, they have absolutely vanished. There's cars that hit that age and suddenly they were everywhere one day, and then the next day you just don't see them anymore. Yes, they do kind of need to be saved. Those kind of cars at that kind of age, at that kind of rarity. It's kind of around with the Focus, because I think you're going to find in about 6 months' time there can be no Mark I Focuses. Right now, you throw a stone, you'll hit 3 of them, but give it 6 months, they're all going to fail the MOTs, they're all going to be gone. Well, no, thank you. They are nice cameras. Actually, I do quite like the Nikons. They've got a really good switch for going from stills to video. Makes them very versatile. Yeah, I would like to go back to The Motorist. It's a really good show up there when we do that. Any more clickbaits due? Yes, I've got a pile of cameras just off shot here, which a bunch of viewers sent me, which I was going to do I did an unboxing on junk in the trunk a while ago, and I'm going to go through them all, put batteries in them. I've got a Nikon, my dream camera from years ago, a Nikon F4. I picked up one of those on eBay recently, so I'm going to do a thing with that. I've also got a thing over here, which is a 120-something-year-old camera, which I've just had serviced because it arrived and it was all very much gummed up, so I had to go to the repairman for a little while, and that is going to be a video as well of taking that out. There's a wooden tripod. Where is it? This office is so full of stuff. A wooden tripod that comes with it, part of the kit. So yeah, that's going to be coming up there. Plus a few other things. It's just finding time to do it all. And there's never enough hours in the day. What are we doing on the timing? 20 seconds! Oh my goodness! The countdown is on. 17 seconds until the draw. Now, having watched Ian's live stream of the day, I know we're not going to get immediate response as to what's happened. 4, 3, last chance, buy a ticket in the next 1 second. Competition has ended. All tickets are now being verified and the draw will take place shortly, so I'll keep an eye on that. I'll wait for the email to arrive. So yeah, we'll keep them peeled. Sorry, I'm just going to double check that's all happening and it's all good. Have we got all of our stuff going on? So I'm as interested as you to find out who's going to win this thing. So come on, come on, come on. Well, waiting and seeing. Nothing on the email just yet. Are you nervous? I'm nervous. Tickets being verified. How's Tomcats is hooked on classics? It's absolutely fine. It's in the barn at the moment, but unfortunately it's in the far furthest corner. And the R50 Mini has been putting up a fight. You might have seen me spending 2 days trying to change the drive shaft on it because all the bolts were rusted, and it was an absolute nightmare to do that. Well, then I discovered that that didn't actually fix the problem with the ABS light, because unlike what I've been told, the ABS reluctor ring isn't built into the drive shaft, it's built into the hub carrier thing that bolts on the end, 4 bolts. So I've got one of those in, and guess what, those bolts are rusted in as well, and you have to have access them from behind, and so it's been another 2 days so far of trying to get out apart. And that Mini is currently on jacks, so the Tomcat is trapped, but at least it's dry and yeah, safe for the winter. 5 minutes to see the winner. Right. Yeah, lots of Mark 6 Fiestas around. I think they are generally quite rust proof, so they keep on going. This is exactly where I spent ages pushing the refresh button just to see what's happening. Hello, Richard Howlett. Aidan, if I win, it's a long way from Scotland to Kent. Ah, no. If only Mrs. Fierce had driven it herself, she could have taken it and delivered it to you. Someone's saying hello to Simone. Is Simone on here? Who else have we got lurking in the comments? Right. Ah, Pentagram. Yes, I've been there with the R50. Lots of fun. Ended up carefully cutting the bearing carrier from the back. That's literally what I've been doing. I've been cutting the bearing carrier apart to try and get the bolt out, or just dissolve the bolt so I can hammer the remains of it out. Oh, it's not fun. Not fun at all. Oh, hooked on classics is Simone. Sorry, I didn't realise that. I thought you were going to be called that in your name. I don't know why I thought that for a second. Dum dum dum. When it is, still waiting to see. Is the Mark II Mondeo still about? Yes, it is. Yes, it went to my friend Tim. He ran it for a year or so, and he sold it to. We just put it on the open market, and someone just around the corner from him bought it, so he still sees it fairly regularly. Amazing. 159 is still going good. I think the 159 is going to be the car that goes next. So the Rover 75 is on Car and Classic, but no one has bid yet. The 159 though, I love that thing, but I would love a V6 one. This is my second 2.4 159, and I've had a 156 with a 2.4 in it. I've never had an Alpha V6, so I think it'd be good to move that one on. Quentin, yep, I still see Quentin popping up. Because that's in one of the Rover 200 groups, lives down, I think, on the south coast somewhere, and the guy keeps it garaged most of the year, brings it out for special occasions. It's been really, really pampered. It's had a really sort of, fell exactly on the kind of life I was hoping it would. Still waiting for that email. Come on, Raffle. Where are we? Ticket's still being verified. Oh, how long do we give this? How long do we stay online for? Just keeping a... Steve had an Alpha 164 3 litre V6 many years ago. Would recommend. Yeah, I've driven them. I love them. The noise is just incredible. Did I watch the Tasty Classics Alpha 147 episode? No, I saw it pop up. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet. I saw the he did a little thing on Facebook, and I saw that kind of mini reel. Yeah, that looks like a really nice car actually. Rover, oh, so Rover 200 was HBI. I don't remember what the number plate was on the convertible now. Don't think it had red seats. It had MGF wheels though. It had beige leather seats. When it took the MGF wheels on, because they didn't fit properly in the arches, so it just stuck out too far. So I haven't bought the pizza yet. I need to order it as soon as we've done this. Under 10 grand for a Marcos GT Coupe. Well, that's not bad actually. Ibby says, as a result of Rust, will now have a merch collection from all of YouTube. Great souvenirs. Yeah, I'm not doing a collab this year because it's just such a massive expense in terms of money and time, and yeah, it's just too much. And also the outlay of having to buy a couple of £1,000s worth of merchandise and just hope people turn up and buy it. Yeah, we thought we'd skip this year. It's just too much. Yeah, the MGF wheels did look not right on the Rover 200. The spokes are too skinny. It needs a more substantial wheel. Any other plans with the Enos? Oh, it's kind of where I want it to be. It's on the stance is right, the wheels are right. And maybe I'll do something to the engine. I don't know if you can redo much without turbocharging a 1.6. I don't know, I just might enjoy it for a little while now. I'm probably going to put it away for winter for a bit. But yeah, there's not much more to do to it really. It's just nice. It could do the paint job, but then everything could do the paint job. I wish the new electric Renault 5 came with a 2 litre petrol hybrid turbo option, as it looks great. Do you know, a lot of people are saying similar stuff to that because it's such a good car, an amazing looking car. It would be, yeah, so popular with petrol in it. Steve's Machines, I will laugh so much if Mrs. Furious wins it. She has actually bought some tickets. She bought some for herself and some for some of her friends who wanted tickets. She bought them on their behalf and they've paid her back. So technically she has got a few entries in this draw. So that'll be interesting. Where are we? Come on. Hit and refresh some more. Oh, it says please contact winner. Okay. So who is the winner? Right. It tells me that winner's been drawn, but it doesn't tell me who they are. This is suboptimal. Oh, come on. You're joking now. Scroll down to see the winners. The winner is... Oh, still says pending. Okay, awaiting review. That's why I can't see it. The winner has been drawn. Oh, Jack Carter. Jack, if you won this car, congratulations. I will, well, as soon as I get you the details, I will give you a call or an email or something. So I don't know where in the world you are and what you're going to do with it, but I'll be in touch as soon as, well, as soon as I get you details, basically. So that was it. That is, so someone called Jack is the winner. Congratulations to him. Robert, luckily I didn't win. Are you? Lots of people say congratulating Jack. I've not seen him in the chat. It might not be. Oh, no, I wasn't planning on doing a chat to do this. It's more of a last minute. Oh, shall we do a chat? But you know, here we are. Well, hopefully he'll be here. See, it's no longer a hairdresser's car because the roof doesn't go down unless you change that hydraulic ram. Now, question is, now this one's raffled and people quite enjoyed that. Shall I raffle the Alpha 159 or should I put it on a proper selling site and get guaranteed money for it? What do you reckon? Should we raffle the 159? Aidan, thank you. So you want me to raffle? Okay, got a couple of yeses popping up already. Fine, okay. Maybe we'll do some nice photos of it tomorrow. Maybe I'll start it on not at 5:30 on a Friday next time. Maybe I'll start it on a Saturday. Oh, Car SOS is on right now. In 1978 MGB GT. I've never owned an MGB. My brother had one years ago. Yeah, so someone just warned me that 159 uses the GM-V6 with a penchant for loose timing chains. Yeah, I would need to get that done immediately, I think, as like a precaution. Not raffling the Crown Victoria. Oh, thank you, Steve. That's really kind of you. You just super chatted to buy a beer to go with the pizza tonight. Thank you very much indeed. I will make sure we go to the place that does the beer next door, because yeah, gluten-free beer is hard to come by. Raffle the Rover 75. I thought about raffling the Rover 75. The thing with that car though is because of the history and the condition, I really wanted to go to a good home. I kind of feel like with a raffle it might just be someone taking a punt for £1 or whatever, and then just oh, I want a Rover 75 and just parking it on the street and taking it to the tip and just not abusing it but just using it. I feel like it needs to be looked after because it's owned by Rover, one owner for 20 something years, so much history. So I don't know, it feels like a car that needs to be looked after. The 159, I think it feels like it can look after itself a little bit, if that makes sense. Have I changed the room around? I've got that light up thing for when I do videos on the photography channel every now and then, and I've moved the Lego rocket, but beyond that it's very much the same, just more clutter. Okay, so based on this live chat alone, it looks like the 159 will go well on a raffle. Yeah, if it's viewers buying tickets, then yeah, chances I would go to someone who look after it. But with a raffle, you're out into the big wide world, and who knows? Oh, Simone, what did you say wrong with your 75? Won't start. Hit it with a hammer. The Clarkson method might not solve it this time. What are the symptoms? Tell us the symptoms and we'll see if we can diagnose it. Curtis, yes, I've actually been thinking about doing some gluten-free videos, talking about how I figured out I had the problem, and also about driving through Europe and sort of dealing with buying gluten-free food in foreign countries and the different kind of situation you find yourself in, and how going through one country to the next, the situation changes just by crossing the border. And learning that in Italy, senza glutine is essential to know, because you've got to ask every single person. But Italy was like the easiest country I've been to buy gluten-free food in. But yeah, that's something I've been thinking about doing. Again, it's just finding half an hour to sit down or write a script first of all and sit down and video it. No. So I've had this thing for years. I used to be very much into sort of film noir and those kind of black and white movies, and it just kind of made me think of all those kind of things. Okay, turns over, won't start with these. Have a look at your fuel pump relay. It's underneath the glove box. There's 4 plastic clips, turning type clips underneath the passenger glove box. Then you've got some relays in there. One of those is your fuel pump relay. Maybe switch that with one from under the bonnet that does something unrelated. That might be the problem. But yeah, if it's starting on easy start, but not on fuel, then it's definitely fuel pump, fuel relay, fuel delivery of some kind you've got there. If it was the immobiliser, it wouldn't start on easy start either. Yeah, Steve, I thought it was dairy that I was suffering with at first. Cut out milk, it didn't make any difference, and that's how I knew it wasn't dairy. But yeah, it does get easier as you figure things out, but it's a nightmare at first. Blue smoke on startup, that's curious. Steve, have a good evening. Thanks for coming along, and better luck next time with the next raffle. Oh, is yours a diesel? Oh, okay, sorry, I didn't realise that. But yeah, fuel pump relay's in exactly the same place though. Yeah, Simone, I would say check the fuel pump relay first of all. That's the most simple and obvious thing. And any other fuses in the, I don't know the diesel system. I've only worked on the petrol. But yeah, give that a go. I should have bought a Toyota. Yeah, where's the content in a Toyota? I say that though. I did have a Mark 1 MR2 for a while ago, and it was the rustiest car I've ever owned. He says, if I had the Crown Vic, I'd dress up in my Canadian Mountie outfit. Yeah, that'd be very appropriate because Crown Vics are made in Canada, which is starting to become a thing that people know. So yes. So does everyone have plans for the weekend of fixing cars? I mean, I've got more stuff to do. Robert's going to go help his wife do dinner. What time are we at? 40 minutes. Done a 40-minute chat and we've done a draw, so it's been a good run. I think people are starting to run away to go and do dinners now. Oh, when is the Focus fixed? Well, technically it is fixed now. I passed the MOT not yesterday, early this week. Video was out yesterday. It's all solid underneath. It's all mechanically good. I'm basically just waiting on the V5 to turn up because it was a, we call it a deceased estate thing where the gentleman had passed away and his family sort of gave me the car. I didn't get the V5 with it because that was missing. So I've had to do that form where you fill in and post a cheque for 25 quid and wait for the DVLA to try and contact the previous owner to make sure you've not just nicked it. And then if they get a response saying the car is now yours or no response at all, then they then send you a V5. They've cashed the £25 cheque now, but I haven't checked on the DVLA's vehicle info check thing. It says the last chain of owner was still like a decade and a half ago, so they haven't issued a new V5 yet. So I can't do anything else with it. You know, just sitting in the drive, waiting for the next, I don't know, bit of paper to turn up. Oh, so this week's plans for people will be servicing a 25 horsepower Suzuki outboard. That's quite a lot for an outboard, isn't it? 2010 3.5 litre V6 Camry, 300,000 kilometres, hasn't missed a beat. Yeah, that's a good way to do basic, well not basic, everyday motoring. Oh, Chris, Volvo should be sorted next week. Fantastic. People asked about that at the beginning. I'm glad that's fixed. Simone waiting for the ignition barrel for the classic Yamaha 125. Oh, cool. Yeah, whether in Scotland, it's going to be very much indoor tasks, I think. When is the review of the Focus? I've already done a Focus review. I did my friend Darren's silver one up in Essex, which is a really, really nice one. He just spent an absolute fortune having welding and paint sorted out, and it was like a new car. It reminded me just exactly how good those things are. Oh, Mr. Kett is off. Mr. Fu. I guess he's gone. Well, and that's to say congratulations to the winner there. Are left-hand drive cars more difficult to insure in the UK? And any major challenges of on car park ticket barriers? I'll be honest, no. They ask you questions when you insure it, like have you driven left-hand drive cars before? What's your driving experience? Just so they've got an idea of the risk they're taking. But I'm with Lancaster Insurance for my collectible cars, and they just went, yep, no problem. And prior to that, I think I was with Footman James, and again, it wasn't really an issue. Because I had a collection of other cars, and I got driving experience of other left-hand drive vehicles. We used to have Mrs. Furious's everyday car for a while was a Fiat Barchetta. So yeah, that wasn't an issue. The main thing really is parking machines and drive-throughs, because it's such a wide car, you can't reach. Stay Klug. Colg, sorry. Your 200 is my favourite car. Is that the 200 VI or the 200 Coupe? I'll be honest. Furious Jr. has basically claimed the Coupe, the Tomcat. He says I'm not allowed to sell it until he's old enough to drive it. But I actually prefer driving the 200 VI. Ah, Steve Martin, been cleaning new to me. MGT, I've had like an MG actually. MGF. Third one I've had. And first one with no issues at the time of purchase. That means you haven't found the issues yet. Yes, you have, just jinxed it. Stratospherical's weekend plans, dreamy on Marketplace. That's a good weekend actually. I like the sound of that. When is T-Break going to be on again? Yeah, do you know, as Curtis was asking about other sort of random stuff, I've been thinking about doing a few things for that, including the travelling with gluten. I've only got a couple of things for the next junk in the trunk. I've got like 3 or 4 packages sat in the boot waiting for enough things to turn up. I don't want to do, I might just have to do a small one just to kind of get them moved on. Yeah, window shopping on Marketplace, so much fun. Do I have a mechanics background? No, I was trained as a photographer and I worked for many years on classic car magazines, which involved going to workshops and things, which is quite handy. And my dad was very much into fixing cars too. Yeah, window shopping on Marketplace is the best. Sometimes I go and make unwise decisions. Yes, I think we've all done that. Yeah, that thing, I set off looking for a replacement for Hippo the Freelander. I wanted another 4-wheel drive. Did not come back with one. Welding the last bits of the 1977 Volvo 240 DL. That'd be good. Glad to have that done. Oh, on the subject of junk in the trunk, I keep meaning to post you the Bedford CF manual ready for when you buy one. How do you know I'm going to... Why am I that predictable? Mrs. Furious does want a camper van of some sort, so we do need to be purchasing some kind of van sometime soon, but I'm very much in the park of thinking one of those late 1970s, early 80s big square Mercedes box vans. I'm thinking one of those. Although, was it you, Steve, who sent me the link to that Bedford CF camper van that was languishing somewhere? That must have been Marketplace as well. Dinosaur Dad, do you think the next generation should learn in manual or auto? In Australia, most people are automatic. He likes manuals, as do I. It's becoming a thing where less and less new drivers are learning in manuals because of electric cars. Basically, electrics and hybrids are auto only. But I think you should learn to do stuff properly. Like if you're learning, say, photography, for example, you should start with a manual camera or use your camera in manual settings so you understand what aperture and shutter speed do and how everything works. Like same with cars, you should know why you change to third gear for a corner or that kind of stuff. Because once you learn an automatic, you don't really know how to drive. You know how to steer and you know how to indicate. You don't know how to drive. It's not the same. So I think everyone should learn a manual and then take that knowledge into an automatic if you want to go down that route later. I think you're a better driver at driving manual. Furious Junior, very polite young man. So you like my 35mm Mew compact camera? I've got a Mew somewhere. I know it's a Pentax. I thought I had a Mew, but it's a Pentax. Another video I was going to do for clickbait. I was going to do a video about the most lucrative picture I've ever taken. Because I've got pictures in stock libraries, have done for about 25 years. And one picture, I took it on holiday, and that one picture resold and resold, and it basically paid for the holiday a couple of times over. And for years I said I took it on an Olympus Mew, and then I think I went back and checked, and it was actually on, I think it was a Pentax SPO. I'm trying to find it in my drawer. Down here, I can't find it now. I've lost it. Brilliant. I've lost my camera. No, it's gone. Well, I'll show you this though, if you like cameras. Little Rolly, I picked this up in a junk shop recently, and I ran a film through it, and it worked perfectly. But then, it's got this extending lens barrel, and it jammed. I've got to go and get it serviced now. Don't fall over. Yeah, the SPOs were lovely because that was an amazing, like a 24 to 135mm zoom on it or something crazy. Still works fine. I ran a film through it the other day. Really, really good camera. I blame Boaty's World for being here. Boaty's World gets a lot of blame for a lot of things. Grumpy Talk, just home from work. Hello. You've missed the draw. Someone called Jack won the SLK. Is there a new car you'd actually buy nowadays with your own money, or is there nothing floating my boat? I'll be honest, there's not a lot that really excites me. I was thinking about it the other day, so why have I not got an electric car on the fleet? I'm still driving a diesel C-Class. Most new cars aren't beautiful. If you look at cars from 15, 20 years ago, a lot of them actually are beautiful cars. I think the 159 and the 75 are really good examples. They're really, really pretty cars in their own different ways. A lot of modern stuff is just either aggressive or angles and lines. If I was going to go and buy something, I'm sort of tempted by a Defender, but I think it's just too big for what it is. And maybe the new Toyota Land Cruiser. Yeah, the new Toyota Land Cruiser. That looks really nice. I'm actually quite liking that one, and the Alpine version of the Renault 5. If those are kind of the two, I think, if I was going to buy anything right now. And the last car, I was actually thinking, oh, that's really nice, like a Focus Estate ST or ST Estate. That looked really, really good. But I think they're discontinuing that, so fewer and fewer cars I'm really actually excited or interested in. Where are we? Thinking of getting a Mark 7 Golf GTI manual. That'd be a great thing for him to learn in. Yeah, GTI is treating him as well. I had a Bedford CF camper, biggest lemon ever. Classic example of one of my unwise decisions. Perfect. I replaced my Freelander 1 facelift with a 2013 Honda CR-V 4x4 2.2 diesel. Much nicer car. Yeah, I agree it's probably a nicer car, but I think the Freelander is weirdly more charismatic. The Mark 1 Freelander has so many shortcomings, but it's a very, very, let's say, charismatic car. Matt will have no idea who that is. I've missed who that. Ross Richard Stay the Bogs? No, is that Boaty's World? Jag XF, yeah, but it's not a current car anymore. I love the Jag XF. And I was quite tempted by them, but you could only get the manual gearbox in the most basic 2-litre diesel. All the good engines came with auto only, but beautiful car. But again, it's discontinued, so it's not a car. You can't really call it a current car anymore. Yeah, people saying how polite Furious Jr. is, and Steve's Machines, he's got his number. Don't let him fool you. He can sell with the best of them on his dad's stall. Yeah, he complained that whenever I went away, the sales went down. But he is a proper hustler. Where are we? Yeah, XF. I really do fancy a Jag XF now. Making me think about that. Let's go and get an XF. This is an Apollo Saturn V, the Lego one I got for my birthday a couple of years ago. It's a wonderful model, but a bit of a liability because it's very unstable indeed, and it's huge. But it's fantastic. I need to get the Titanic to go with it now. Hooked on classics. Need to fix Cortina. Simone, get on with it. Joseph doesn't talk diesels. No, he doesn't. Joseph Lloyd. You can't talk about diesels, sir. I like diesels. I really like diesels. A big diesel and a big car. It's a perfect combination. We drove down to Italy. Our plan was to stop at Rome. We got to Rome, realised Pompeii was only another 150, 200 miles further down from Rome. So we did a day trip in the diesel, on half a tank of diesel, blatting down at Italian speeds on the motorway from Rome to Naples and then back again, having been to Pompeii. You cannot beat a big diesel on a long drive. I think we did Switzerland on half a tank of diesel as well from Calais. Jag S-Type is tempting, yeah, that would be nice as well. Yeah, I'm split on the new Mercedes E-Class interior. I've driven the S-Class, which has got all the 3 screens, and the passenger's got their own screen. I haven't seen the new E-Class yet. Stress is very cool. Nice to see you. Thanks for coming. Off to cook dinner. I'm going to have to go and do that as well in a minute because it's nearly, well, we've been on for almost an hour. Came across that Shmee on YouTube earlier. There's Shmee. Gosh, I run the Cortina on synthetic fuel. Where are you buying that from? I'm curious about running some stuff on synthetic fuel just to see. You know what, I am going to say, as we now done an hour. Oh, okay. Oh, we're in a notification. There's a thing so I can click and contact the winner. Oh, there's paperwork to do. I'll get back to that in a minute. But if you're interested in the behind the scenes aspects of all of this, well, this car basically cost me £400 to buy, 250 odd to fix it. And Raffle take a big old discount, a chunk of percentage of the prize money, and because the way the prize works, you have to then give a percentage to charity as well. So basically, I've broken even on it. So I've got my money back, so I'm happy now. Yeah, so I'm pleased about that. And it's a nice car. I want another one now. I shouldn't be thinking I've got rid of it. Move on to the next thing. I'm looking at going, I quite like that. I fancy another one. I did see a AMG V6 version at a dealer. It was quite a lot of money. It's £7,000. And it was in that kind of metallic red, which I can't decide if I like or not on these. I haven't got £7,000, which makes life easier as well. Anyway, right, I'm going to go ponder buying another Mercedes SLK. I'm going to order a pizza. Anyway, thank you everybody. If you bought a ticket for the SLK, congratulations to Jack, whose contact details I haven't got yet, but I'll be contacting him at some point this evening. And yeah, thank you for watching, and thank you for being a part of the group. And well, we'll see you again in a future video. I need to do a video for my patrons and channel members as well, because we've got some really exciting videos filmed in the last week or so of future reviews, which I don't think I'm going to put out just yet, but they can be out in the next month or two. I think you're going to really enjoy them. So yeah, thank you everybody. I'm going to work out and try to hang up on the wrong device. This is device over here. Good night everybody, and we'll see you all very soon. Goodbye.